Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Biggsville, Illinois. It's time for I8FA high school football on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. We have Holden Wirt on the camera tonight. Holden, I'll turn your mic up for just a second. Thanks for joining us and coming in to help tonight, buddy.
Yep.
First football game of the year for you, and I'm happy to have you along.
I'm happy to be here. It's been a while since I've been on.
So Holden will be running the camera. Kaylee Hulett will be here helping as well. She's going to learn a little bit of what to do tonight as well. As you can see on the camera, as Holden zooms in a little bit, you'll be able to see the West Central Heat, who come into tonight's game with a 4-1 record, as you see on the scoreboard there. Their only loss is the season opener to West Carroll, which you were able to see here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH as well. So we're happy to be here tonight covering another West Central game. Of course, we had their homecoming on last weekend. Now we'll switch to the visiting team tonight. The visiting team tonight are the Galva Wildcats. Galva comes in with a 2-3 record, and they are on the in the win column for the first time in a couple years as they get their win. 2 wins. They beat Bushnell 70-12 and beat Peoria Heights by a couple points as well. So they are on the winning side of things and look to go 500 if they can get a win tonight over the West Central Heats. We work through a few things here and make sure everything is going A-OK. We're happy to be here as the coin toss right in the middle of the field getting ready to take off, as Holden will zoom in on that and get a good tight view of who we've got in the center circle. For the Heat, it's number 16, Jordan Kane. Number 55 out there is Keaton Rubush. And number 81 is Cody Wade. Number 18 for the Galva Wildcats is Blake Stahl. He's a captain. Looks like also number 12, Cyrus Hurd. Braden Murphy, number 0, and number 1 is Tommy Funk out there as well. So those are the captains. Those are the captains for the Galva Wildcats. As we watch the coin toss right now, the white hat showing them heads and tails, and we'll see who gets the opening kickoff here. And it is one, it looks like, by the Heat. Will they defer or take? So Galva defending. Oh, there went the camera up in the air. The Heat will receive going left to right on your TV screen, while Galva will kick off going right to left. They probably deferred. They didn't really tell us, so it looks like Heat will have the football first as we get ready to go. You might wonder why we came on a few minutes earlier than normal tonight. We did that because the West Central Heat Band is here to do the national anthem. We want to make sure we catch that for you folks at home when it comes time for that. And then we'll do the starting lineups as well. Holden is from West Burlington. The Falcons have a game tonight as well over at the stadium over in West Burlington, Iowa. Holden, you skipped the football game to come work tonight.
I did.
Well, I appreciate that. Holden's little sister, Hannah, going to be in the halftime show doing the cheerleading bit. So hopefully they have a good time over there. There's football all over TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH tonight. Among other things, you will be able to watch Macomb and Farmington, which is probably our most anticipated broadcast of the night. Number 3, Farmington in 3A, and the Bombers both are 5-0. One of those teams will walk out of the stadium at Macomb High School with their first loss of the season. The other one will be on their way to a possible perfect season in the regular season as Macomb has Elmwood left. That's really, really tough on their schedule, but I would expect they'd be favored in the other two for sure. And Farmington, of course, would be on their way after dominating their part of the Lincoln Trail Prairie Land Conference large school division for the last couple of years. Also at West Prairie High School, up at, I should say the old West Prairie High School. It's the Eppin-Scioto. They have FCW in the house there. Chris Frankhauser's on the call with West Prairie and FCW. Brandon may be there as well, and we have Adam Hulett on the camera there. Up in, in Macomb, we have Caden Strins on the call. Ben will be there with color and some stats, and I think Glenn is up on the camera at Macomb High School. Then in Abington tonight, South Fulton makes the trip, another 11-man game as Abington and the A-Town Tornadoes go after each other in 11-man football. And that'll be all for tonight. Tomorrow is another I8FA football game as BPC travels to Ridgewood. And Ridgewood faltering a little more than they are used to, but still a very strong football team. BPC coming off a huge win over Peoria Heights, 64-62, in which they scored 32 points in the fourth quarter for a comeback victory on Saturday of last week. Or I should say on Friday of last week. So that's where we stand right now as these two teams getting close to going here. As you're in the pregame show, 4 minutes and 45 seconds left. We'll take our first break of the night. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My philosophy in pediatrics is definitely prevention, early intervention, and advocacy. Being an advocate for my patients is one of the main reasons why I got into pediatrics in the first place. I like working close with families and being able to empower moms, especially first-time moms, or empower any caregiver. MDH Peds gives that family-centered care. My name is Leilani Segura, and I am a pediatrician at McDonough Districts Hospital.
And welcome back here to West Central High School in Biggsville, Illinois. It's the Illinois 8-Man Football Association on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Holden Wirt is on the camera tonight to start things off. Kaylee Hulett is down there. She might take a little time on the camera as well as the two teams start to prepare for the opening ceremonies. .255 to go before the opening kickoff, or actually before we have the national anthem and things of that nature as the teams start to get lined up. You can see West Central lined up on the goal line at the far end. Galva on the far side of the field preparing to line up. We'll let you hear the starting lineups and the band play.
Don't forget the concession stand is open and cooking back in the back. Great hot dogs, cold drinks. And the Athletic Association got brand new apparel over there by the ambulance. Get your heat gear. Right now, would everybody please rise, remove your hats. Future Nashville recording artist singing our national anthem, Mari Allen.
Thank you everybody for coming tonight, and I would just like to dedicate this to a dear friend of my family, Elise. She is currently battling breast cancer, and we just wish her the best and hope that she recovers soon. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the are so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Marley Allen, ladies and gentlemen.
There was the national anthem sung tonight by Marley Allen as we get ready to go with tonight's football game here at West Central High School in Biggsville, Illinois. It's been a long week. I apologize, I'm a little slow on remembering where I'm at. It's been a long week as I was at West Prairie Monday and Thursday, Augusta on Tuesday and Wednesday for volleyball. You can watch all those games here on TSSR Game Time Live. And now I'm here football. Toying with the idea of going to Pawnee tomorrow. Anybody watching in the live chat, let me know. Should we go to Pawnee tomorrow and cover a football game in Pawnee? It's first we have. Well, I hit the wrong button there, folks. I apologize. Should we go to Pawnee tomorrow and do a football game? See how things are going in Pawnee.
Right now, West Central High School, it's time to turn up.
And there come the West Central Heats. And the band playing. Thank Kaylee for bringing a pencil to me. Will be West Central to start things off with the football, as we said. It'll be Galva kicking from right to left on your screen. Galva wearing white pants and yellow pants, or white shirt and yellow pants, a white helmet with what looks like a blue number. The Heat wearing personalized jerseys with blue shoulder pad covers, red shirts, and a white pants with a red piping down the side, a wide red piping. So we get ready to go here for the Heat in their first possession of the night. And here comes the opening kickoff. First quarter action underway. About the 20-yard line at the 30. Bounce outside, 35. Cuts it inside. Bounces it back outside. Lots of running room. Crossed the 45 out near the 50 at number 2, Cooper Gibb on the return. There might have been a flag come in. There was. I think it's going to be a face mask. They're marking it at the 50 to start with, so right out to the 50, a 30-yard return. Here comes, it is a 5-yard face mask penalty, I do believe. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Heat. See where they mark it at. They mark it at the 46, so they did call him down at the 49.
Flag on the play, moving to the opponent, 46.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Heat at their opponent 46-yard line. They're already in plus territory. Handoff up the middle. Graham Kelly on the carry. Graham Kelly goes for a gain of 3.
Graham Kelly with the run.
In the backfield, number 9, Colton Spence, the quarterback, a sophomore. He comes in with the play. Graham Kelly, a sophomore as well. Also back there's Cooper Gibb wearing number 2 as they go with a full house line. 2 running backs in the I formation. Gibb's going to get it on a counter. He's got tons of running room. He may go 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. It's a foot race. 5. Touchdown, Cooper Gibb. A 38-yard touchdown run for Cooper Gibb. And just like that, the Heat find themselves in the end zone. And they will go for 2, I would imagine. A 38-yard touchdown run for Cooper Gibb with 11:04 to go. The second offensive play of the game. Fake handoff. Spence is going to keep it, and he's going to get in.
2-point conversion is good.
Just like that. A 38-yard run by Gibb. And then a 2-point conversion run by the quarterback, Colton Spence. And it is 8-0. West Central just that quickly. Started with a great kickoff return by Cooper Gibb and followed up with a 3-yard dive from Graham Kelly and then a counter play on a fake to Kelly, and then it came back to Gibb on the counter, and he was all alone to the right side. A little bit of a foot race down the sideline, but he was able to win it and get into the end zone. And with 11:04 to go here in quarter number 1, it is the Heat 8, Galva 0. We put the 2-point conversion up there for the Heat. It's 8-0 in the first quarter, 11:04 to go. The Wildcats back for the first time to return a kick. Back deep is J.P. Sloan, a senior, 6'1", 155 pounds. Can't see who that is on the far side over there. We'll see if he gets the return here. Looks like it might be number 3, MJ Lauk. It's a squib kick, picked up on the far side. Coming back to the middle of the field. It is Lauk, number 3, out to his own 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Wildcats at their own 30-yard line. They may give it even to him at the 31. We'll wait and see. Once again, want to thank Holden for being on the camera tonight, Kaylee for joining in as well. Tried to offer me M&Ms. She knows I love me some M&Ms, but can't eat them while I'm working. Maybe at halftime. Here comes the I formation for Galva. And an illegal procedure penalty to start things off for the Wildcats.
Flag on the play. Moving Galva back 5.
2 penalties already. And we're just over a minute into the game for the Wildcats. Bleachers not as full as normal here at West Central tonight. There's a good crowd setting in the lawn chairs along the sidelines, though. I formation backfield again for the Wildcats. Handoff's going to come near side, breaking one tackle, and it ran out of bounds. I believe that's number 10, Jay Smith, a senior, 6'1", 155. Nope, excuse me. 18, I do believe it was. Blake Stahl, a 6'1", 195-pound senior. Ran a long ways, but only gained about 4 yards. Bring up 2nd down and 6. I formation again. Pitch is going to go to Stahl right side. He gets bottled up in the backfield, breaks one tackle, can't break another. Going to go for no gain. A whole host of red jerseys over there. Kelly and Spence there along with Rubush to make the stop. No gain on the play. Third down and a short 6 for the Wildcats. 10:20 remaining in quarter number 1. A little bit behind the sticks here, not horribly, but a long third down conversion play here for the Wildcats in their own territory. Dropping back to pass over the middle. It's intercepted by the Heat. It's going to be Spence, I believe, on the interception. It might be Kelly. I can't tell. It is Kelly, Graham Kelly on the interception. He jumped up, snagged it right out of the air, and he gets the INT. It'll be a first down and plus territory once again for the Heat. Graham Kelly with the interception of the quarterback number 1, Tommy Funk. The 5'10", 165-pound sophomore throws the pick on his first attempts, and Kelly has an interception. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line for the Heat. Spence comes back out, Gibb the deep setback. Tight end on the far side, number 16, Jordan Kane. Kelly, the fullback. Handoff's going to go to him. He got hit in the backfield. Ball may have come out. Nope.
West Central run for a gain of 3.
Spence kept the ball. I'll give him 4. Not sure if that was a fumble or quarterback keeper. But it's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. Pitch out to Gibb around the left side. He gets hog-tied and horse-collared and cattle wrangled and all those good rodeo-type words over there on the far side. Gibb's going to lose 1. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 3. Wrestled to the ground with a neck collar tackle. Kind of a headlock and brought him down. 8:45 to go. It's 3rd down and 7 for the Heat. Spins back under center. I formation. 2 tight end set for the Heat. Fake pitch, and again, Gibb is going nowhere, and in fact, he might lose 4 yards. A whole host of white jerseys there. The one getting up off the bottom of the pile, though, looks to be number 21, Donovan Sarver, a freshman, 6 foot 190. And it's going to be 4th down and 11 after a loss of 4 for Gibb. Spence back under center. And they might get a 5-yard bonus here. We'll see. Is there a timeout? Nope, offsides against the Wildcats. Their 3rd penalty in the first third of this half. First third of this quarter, actually. They got 15 yards in penalties. It's going to bring up 4th down and 6. It's a short 6 again, but it's 4th and 6 here. Pitch is going to come out to Gibb. He's got some running room this time. He rounds the corner. I don't think he got there, though. We'll see where they mark it. It looks like he's short. Somebody on the sideline got ran over. Gibb is going to be close, but it looks like he's going to be a yard short. He did not get there. Needed 6, got 5. And it's a turnover on downs to the Wildcats. Did have somebody on the sideline getting knocked down there. Hopefully they're okay. So Funk, stall the deep setback. Funk back under center. 2 tight end set. Handoff's going to go to Stahl. He goes right up the middle and has very little to nothing to gain there.
Is stop for 1 yard.
A 1 yard gain. It might have been Jordan Kane on the stop. Was Jordan Kane the first Heat player there? So it'll be a 1 yard gain for Stahl. He's got 5 yards on 3 carries. 7:05 to go here in quarter number 1. As we work through the first quarter here. It's going to go to Stahl on a counter for them, and he's not going to get a whole lot.
Blake Stahl with the short run. West Central on the stop.
Gibb and Kane on the stop. He did get a gain of about 4. We'll call it 3rd and a long 5. Clock still running. 6:25 to go in the first quarter. And a counter again. Nice run this time. Going to be a first down of the contest on the MJ Lauk on the carry. The 6 foot, 145-pound junior is going to go out to the 40-yard line, a gain of about 7.
MJ Lauk with the run for a Galva first down.
First down for Galva. Actually, that's the first down of the contest. Heat scored but never got a first down, and then they didn't get a first down on their second drive. Under the 6-minute mark, so we're halfway through quarter number 1. Here's a throw. Going to loft it up the left side, and Stahl just can't quite do the Willie Mays catch to get underneath it. It's incomplete pass. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. .5:14 to go. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. First, got it at 39 actually. They are short of the 40 now that I take a better look at it. So it is 39. 1st and 10, or 2nd and 10 from their own 39-yard line. So actually gave Falk an extra yard there. Here comes Stahl on the carry. He drops down in a hurry. Again, little to no gain for Stahl on that carry.
The line of scrimmage brings up 3rd down.
See if they move it forward a whole yard. They do not. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a short 10. Clock running, 4:43 to go in the first quarter. And they're going to spread out the Heat defense this time. Might see Stahl, who's lined up outside here. He's going to cut across the middle. He was wide open. Falk's going to keep it. He's got some running room. Can't break it. He breaks the first tackle, can't break the second. He's going to go for a gain of about 6. It's going to bring up 4th down and 4.
There's a flag on the play.
Tommy Funk.
The holding against the Wildcats.
And there's a hold against the Wildcats, so that's going to be a null and void run here. Be from the line of scrimmage. So 10-yard penalty. That was in the backfield. 25 yards and penalties already with 4:19 to go here in quarter number 1, and a timeout on the field going to be charged to the Galva Wildcats. We'll take one as well. You're watching Heat football on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
And welcome back here to 4:19 remaining after the timeout. We'll take the timeout off the scoreboard for the Wildcats. Man, big hit right there. Kane and friends are there. Rubush there as well, I believe.
West Central sack for a loss of another 3.
That was number 1, Tommy Funk. She loses 3 on the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 23 and a punting situation. Looks like on to punt is number 4, Eli Ingalls, a sophomore. A lot of young kids playing for Galva. Nice kick. Nobody back to receive for the Heat. It's going to bounce out of bounds at about, well, no, it stayed in bounds. Might have rolled back to the 42. We'll see what the officials say.
West Central will be taking over at their 42-yard line.
It is going to be 1st and 10 Heat. First time of their 3 drives that they've started in their own end of the field. It'll be at the 42-yard line. They got tackled at the 49, but then got a 5-yard face masking penalty to get to the 46 on the first drive. Got a turnover and started inside the 40 on the second drive that they couldn't score on. So we'll see what they do here. Smith's going to walk up under center. I formation backfield behind him again. Pitch is going to go out to Gibb. He breaks 1 tackle, tries to. He's going to carry Cyrus Hurd forward for a 3-yard gain. Bring up 2nd down and 7. 41 yards on 5 carries now for Gibb. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 2nd down and 7 for the Heat at their own 45-yard line. Hand off to Kelly. Keep his feet pumping, and he's going to gain.
Graham Kelly.
We'll call it a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2. That's only Kelly's 2nd carry at 8 yards. He moved it back a little bit, but we'll still call it 3rd and 2. Third down and 2 from the 49 on their side of the 50-yard line. There. I formation. Fake. Nope, they're going to give it to Graham Kelly, and he's going to go forward for about 4 yards.
First down.
See where they mark it. Give him 5 on the carry. Actually, we'll give him. See where they mark it at here. Yeah, we'll give him 5. Actually, need to give him 4 to make everything equal. It's the first down of the contest for the Heats. It's on the ground, and it brings up 1st down and 10 from familiar territory. This is where their first drive started at the Galva 46-yard line. Handoff's going to go to Gibb. Bounces left, and he'll be tripped up and brought down. I thought he was going to break that one out. On a shoestring tackle was Donovan Sarver. Gibb is going to go for a gain of 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. clock running, approaching the 1 minute mark of quarter number one now. I formation backfield once again. Going to say that a lot tonight. Maybe offset to the left a little bit. Hand off to Kelly again. This time he breaks through, runs over a defender, and he's down to inside the 35, close to the 30.
First down.
Down to the 32-yard line, a gain of 10, and another first down for the Heats. Graham Kelly going to be one of the best running backs in the history of I8FA if he can stay healthy through all 4 of his years. They are definitely keen on him right now, though, as he is the fullback one more time. Here comes the handoff to Kelly again. Pounding the ball forward are the Heat now as they just continue to matriculate the ball down the field on the hand of Kelly. A gain of 2, and it's going to bring up second down and 8. 24 yards now on the ground, and that'll be the last play of the first quarter of play. We end quarter number 1 as the clock goes to 0, and it is 8-0 Heat here at West Central High School in Biggsville, Illinois. You're watching the I8FA on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll be back in just about a minute.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Whether it's an emergency situation or an outpatient scan, McDonough District Hospital's radiology department offers the test you need right here in Macomb. If you need an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound, x-ray, a bone density scan, or to schedule an annual mammogram, our experienced radiology staff will provide high-quality, compassionate care. McDonough District Hospital, your community radiology partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
And welcome back here as we get ready for the second quarter. And I must have hit the fat-fingered the 2 because it's actually 8-0, not 10-0. There it is. Heat right back at it. Breaking a tackle and going in one more time for the Heat. It's Graham Kelly from the 30-yard line. It's a 30-yard run. Actually, it's going to be, I marked it at the 29, so we'll give him a 29-yard touchdown run for Graham Kelly. 53 yards rushing now. So with 11:52 to go, first play of the second quarter, the Heat score again. Hand off to Kelly again. And they say he is stopped short. So, 2-point conversion is no good. If you're trying to watch the West Prairie game, we're continuing to have internet issues in West Prairie. So we will record that and post that after the fact. 14-0 here with 11:52 to go in the first half. The Heat score on a 29-yard touchdown run by Graham Kelly. The run failed, and it's 14-0 here. So they scored on the second offensive play of the game. Now they've scored on the first play of the second quarter to get their 2 touchdowns. Excuse me. As we get ready to work through quarter number 2 here, on to kick again. For the second time I should say, is Cooper Gibb. 11:52. Gibbs going to kick from the right hash mark. Nice deep kick this time down to the 14-yard line. And there were some red jerseys that just ran over a pair of Galva players on the return.
Harlem Young with the return for Galva.
Was Harlem Young. But, man, there was two red jerseys that flat ran over some white jerseys over here on the near side. It's going to be a 12-yard return. It'll be 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. We'll call it a 13-yard return. I formation again. Say that a lot with these two teams. Funk keeps it. Behind the play, a couple players going at it. Going at it behind the play as Funk ran the ball was Cyrus Hurd and Cody Wade. Funk gets a 3-yard run. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. Clock running here in the second quarter. 11:10 remaining. It's 14-0 as you see on the scoreboard if you're able to see the TV or your phone or your device of whatever nature you may be watching the game on. If you're just listening to us, it is 14-0, 10:55 to go in the first half. Stahl with it, second back through, and he goes nowhere. Wade, Kane, and others there, and Rubush. No, number 58. That is Noah Johnson on the stop. A loss of 1 for Stahl. 6 carries for 8 yards now for Stahl as we're at 10:20 to go in the first half. Two wideouts, including Stahl to the near side. Funk in a shotgun formation. He's going to look right, roll right, looking downfield, throws across, and a ball's batted, and it's intercepted again. It was batted in the air. This time it's Jordan Kane coming down with it.
Intercepted by Nolan Forbes.
Is it Jordan Kane? No, it's 19, I believe, or 18. Couldn't see the number there. I apologize. But another interception. That ball was tipped up in the air. Nolan Forbes possibly on the INT. I formation again. It's the Heat on the carry. Pitch comes out to Gibb. One man to beat. Shakes that one, but then coming down in pursuit to make the tackle was Funk. From the 31. Looks like he's down inside the 15, just barely. We'll give him 16 on the carry for Gibb. He's got 61 yards on 7 carries, and it's 1st and 10 from the 15 for the Heat. Smash mouth football taking place here. Both teams I formation. Hand off to Kelly. He's going to gain 2 or 3. Down to the 12. We'll give him 3, a short 3.
Brings up a 2nd and 8 from the 12.
It's a long 7, short 8 here for the Heat. This is still Gibb and Kelly behind Spence and the I formation. 2 tight end set. Handoff keeper. Pitches it out to Gibb, and he's going to take it to the end zone. A great pitch by the sophomore quarterback, Colton Spence. And it's a Gibb touchdown run from 12 yards out. He's got 73 yards rushing now in the first half. Another touchdown for the Heat. And they'll go for 2 again. 8:34 remaining in the second quarter. Spence going to keep it, rolls around left side. He gets hit, reaches out, stretches the ball, and they're going to say no. Boy, that sure looked like he stretched that ball out to get it, but they're going to say no. Another run failed. And it's going to be 20-0. Heat with 8:34 remaining in the first half. So the Heat dominating here in quarter number 2. This game being brought to you in part by M&B Furniture. Bushnell's only furniture store is M&B Furniture. It's a mainstay in a community and offers free delivery within 40 miles for everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one. Stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. And McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital's athletic trainers and MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell, Macomb, and Monmouth provide expert help to area student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. As we get ready to move forward with another kick. 8:34 to go in the first half. 2 touchdowns already here in quarter number 2, but no 2-point conversions for the Heat. They're going to squib it this time. It's going to roll to about the 35. It's bobbled and covered up. The ball's loose, I do believe. Who's going to get it? I think a white jersey fell on it at the last second. See who's fighting for it at the bottom of the pile. 2, it's a red and a white jersey fighting for it. Who's got it? Who's got it? It's going to be the Heat on the fumble recovery. Coming up off the bottom of the pile. Jordan Kane, maybe? Is it 16?
West Central recovers the fumbled interception.
It's either Carter Gibb or Jordan Kane. I can't really read the number. 6 or an 8. So that just like that, the ball goes right back to the Heat with 8:26 remaining. Handoff's going to go to Kelly. Can't break a tackle on the stop there. Big boy up front for the Galva Wildcats. Looks like it's number 99, Ben Burris. He's called a sophomore, 6'2", 260 is listed at. A gain of 4 for Kelly, and it's going to be a 2nd down and 6. Very, very young and solid Galva team. They might be not winning all their games this year, but they are going to get better. They're a bunch of sophomores playing in key positions. Hand off to Kelly again. He kind of hesitates, gets wrapped up one more time. They are keying on Kelly. There's no doubt about it. We're going to see that happen to him all year long and probably for the next 2 years. Stahl and others down on the stop. Stahl got his ankles. He's going to go for a gain of 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Scramble for a couple more. Bring up 3rd and 3.
7:22 remaining. 3rd down and 3 inside the 30.
Timeout, West Central.
And West Central is going to take a timeout with 7:19 remaining in the first half. Having bring you this contest is Midwest Ice. Do you need ice for your upcoming event? Look no further. Midwest Ice has you covered. Midwest Ice is Central Illinois' newest ice delivery service. They deliver ice directly to your event. Call Blaine Wrench at 309-351-8192 for a quote today. And Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar, Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and many of the TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And a community news brief out of Macomb for all your local news in Macomb and the surrounding area. Get a copy of the Community News Brief, 2 times weekly newspaper, and, of course, their free news brief delivered once a week as well. I do believe on Wednesday it is. Here we go. Oh, Kelly was leaving early, and he's going to be positive yards, but it's going to bring up 4th down. He could have possibly been called for illegal procedure there. A gain of 1, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 2. 10 carries for 64 yards. Big stop here for Galva if they can come up with it. After 2 of the 3 turnovers, they would have stopped the heat. We'll see if they can do it here. Here we go. Kelly with the handoff. He's going to be stopped short, stood up, and thrown backwards. Boy, they're giving him a pretty favorable spot, but I think he's going to be short. He is short. Give him 1 more, which is pretty favorable, but it's still going to be a turnover on downs for the Heat. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line for Galva, whose defense comes up with a huge stop on 4 straight carries by Graham Kelly. 6:35 to go on the turnover on downs here in quarter number 2. $20-0 to score. Funk under center again. And it's going to go to Stahl. He breaks the tackle. No, it's not. It's kept by Funk. He even fooled me. No, it's the flanker handoff. It's going to be number 3, MJ Lauk on the carry. A gain of 9. Had me all discombobulated there. $15 yards on 2 carries. Oh, they're going to give him 10. Scratch that. A 1st down. 2nd 1st down of the game. So that was an inside handoff. Now it's going to be Stahl on the pitch. He's got some running. Cuts back. And he breaks the tackle again. He's down the sideline. 40. Spence is back there. Can he make the tackle? He's going to slow him down and tripped up inside the 10. Stahl all the way from the 36-yard line, 37-yard line. 13 to get to 50. Another 40. Looks like they're going to stop him right at the 10. So it's a 63 or 53-yard run for Stahl. 61 yards now after the big carry. It's 1st and goal at the 10. No 1st down available here for the Galva Wildcats as it's 5:25 remaining here in quarter number 2. Wildcats with a chance to get on the scoreboard for the first time, as they are actually in plus territory for the first time. Funk under center. And an offensive player moved and a defensive player moved. And they're going to say it's false start on the Wildcats. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 15 now. That is, however, the first penalty for the Wildcats since 7-minute mark of quarter number 1. So they have went over a quarter without a penalty until that point. The Heat do not have a penalty yet. 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. It's now a little bit harder job as it's 1st and goal at the 15. Just inside the 15, but not to the 14, so it's 1st and goal at the 15. Handoff's going to go to the fullback, falling forward. He was down. The ball came out, but he was down on the carry. Number 12, Cyrus Hurd. Clock running. Looks like he's inside the 10 to about the 9. We'll give him 6 yards on the carry. 2nd and goal at the 9. Cyrus Hurd is the fullback again. Stall the deep setback in the I formation. Handoff's going to go to Hurd again. He's going to get down near the 5, make it the 7, it looks like. A couple yards on the carry. And a timeout's going to be called.
Cody Wade on the stop for a gain of a couple.
It is 2 yards on the gain for Hurd. It's 3rd down and goal at the 7 with 3:50 remaining. So we'll mark this timeouts off. I forgot to do. The Heat called one on the last drive. They'll have one more, will the Wildcats. As I said, timeout on the field. Also helping to bring you this contest, Rosie's Pizza. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and, of course, pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. If you make the trip to Bushnell for a Friday night football game, make sure you stop in before the game and have some great, great food at Rosie's Pizza. Out of the timeout we come now. Big defensive stand for the Heat. A bigger offensive series here for the Galva Wildcats, who trail 20-0 with 3:50 remaining in the first half. Here's the 3rd and set goal at the 7 snap. It's going to be a keeper. Running outside, he might get there, he will. Touchdown, Wildcats with 3:44 remaining. Funk on the keeper from 7 yards out. And the Wildcats are on the scoreboard for the first time with 3:44 to go in quarter number 2.
There's MJ Luck with the touchdown for Galva.
See what they do here with 3:44 remaining. Seven-yard touchdown run by the sophomore cornerback, Tommy Funk. 2 wideouts. Falk all alone in the backfield now. The number 3 is, he's going to keep it. Runs right, and there's going to be a hold. He'll go in, but it's going to come back. Holding on the offense. Their 6th penalty of the first half. They have 40 yards in penalties. They'll have to replay the try for the 2-point conversion. So ideally it should be a 13-yard 2-point conversion attempt. It's a 12-yard 2-point conversion attempt. Still Falk going to keep it. He's just going to do a straight run this time, and he's not going to get there.
The extra point is no good.
Run is no good, and with 3:44 to go in the first half, it's 20-6. The Heat have the lead. Mr. Arthur, thanks for joining us, sir. Greatly appreciate you being here. Are you out saving lives tonight, or are you hanging out at home taking a nap? That's the question that comes to mind. It's 20-6 here with under 4 minutes to go in the first half. We'll talk a little bit about the other games when we come back from halftime. So get ready for the kickoff. Stahl with a kick. Nice low line drive kick. Gibb gets it at the 15-yard line. He's across the 30. He hesitates and just hits the afterburners and goes up to the 40-ish yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Cooper Gibb is going to take it out to the 40. It'll be 1st and 10 Heat at their own 40-yard line with 3:38 remaining. I formation, Kelly the fullback. We go to Kelly again. He keeps his feet pumping. Gonna go for a gain of 3 or 4.
Run for 3.
Gonna go to the 44-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Fake then the counter, goes to Gibb. Gibbs gets wrapped up. Great play over there by Hurd and others. Hurd was the first one there, I believe. Also, Funk was there. Loss of 1. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Galva not going away in this one. They trail by 14 with 2:33 to go, but they forced a 3rd and long here for the Heat. Handoff, no, we're going to keep it. Spence pitches it to Cooper Gibb. He breaks, slide steps 1 tackle, and he might have a 1st down.
Pitch out to Cooper Gibb.
A 8-yard gain or a 7-yard gain. See where they mark it. Call it 7.
1st down.
7-yard gain for Gibb. 1st down for the Heat. That was flirting with a forward pass right there, in all honesty. It was MJ Lauk who had the first shot at Gibb in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage, and Gibb sidestepped him and broke a tackle and leaned forward for a 1st down. Now breaks another tackle, does Gibb. Breaks another tackle, and he's going to go out across to the 45-yard line. Cooper Gibb gets a 5-yard gain. It's up to 84 yards on 11 carries. Second down and 5 for the Heat, and plus territory at the 45. Kelly gets tripped up, and it was Stahl just coming in and kamikazing the legs out from underneath the offensive lineman. No gain on the play for Graham Kelly. 3rd down and 5 for the Heat. Under a minute to go now in the second quarter. Kelly. Nope, it's going to be Gibb on the pitch. He breaks a tackle. Spins around. 1st down. The clock will stop from the 45 down to the 33-yard line. A 12-yard gain and a 1st down. Clock stop with 42.5 seconds left, and Coach Kirby wants his 2nd timeout. 96 yards, flirting with the century mark in the first half, is Cooper Gibb. Timeout on the field. That'll leave one timeout for the Heat. So they have 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line of the Wildcats with 42.5 seconds remaining here in the first half. Take a nap from me, Mr. Arthur. Take a nap from me. I'd greatly appreciate that. Both teams have one timeout remaining. After that first down, I don't see the Wildcats taking a timeout here in this half, but the Heat will probably use their timeout, barring a turnover or something. Hop in that live chat. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. We love to have the live chat open and active. Deep setback this time, number 21, Cameron Robinson. Handoff's going to go to Robinson. He's going to get brought down in the backfield. He tries to break a tackle or two, unable to do it. A bunch of white jerseys were there. And another timeout. Robinson's going to lose 2, make it. Yeah, lose 2. Bring up 2nd down and 12. Robinson's first carry of the game. As we get ready to go with the final 30 seconds or so here. Final timeout called by the Heat. Wildcats still have one. 32.1 seconds remaining here in the first half. Using the timeouts down this stretch here has lengthened this half a little bit. We're still under the 1 hour mark, though, for the first half. I formation backfield. Robinson again behind Kelly. Fake. Throw over the top. Incomplete. 3rd down and 12. Trying to see who that pass was intended for. Brian Rickers watching from South Dakota. Thanks for joining us. First pass by Colton Spence goes incomplete. See if he tries another one or what they do here with 25.6 seconds remaining. It is going to be a pass by Spence. Rolls right, throws into the flat. It's caught, but falling down with it. Number 18, Carter Gibb, I believe. And a false start. And they tried to spike it on 4th down. 9.8 seconds left. That's the first penalty of the half on the Heat. This is their last play. No 10-second runoff. Handoff's going to go to Kelly. He breaks a couple tackles, but he's not going to go far. He's going to gain about 7. That'll get him up to 76 yards in the first half. First half comes to a close. 20-6 the score. The Heat lead the Wildcats, and a good one thus far. We'll take a break. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
All right, well, we're here with Bill Murdoch, and this is the 2nd year in a row, Bill, that I've talked to you.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably unfortunately for you. I think you might have been the most talked about interview of all of our MDH interviews last year, though.
I don't know whether I need to be proud of that or ashamed of that. I don't know which one to go with.
Maybe both. I don't know.
Probably.
The thing that I find comical is I gave you a hard time last year, as I said, because, man, you're way up the ladder. You know, you're a high-end employee for me to be talking to, and you're even higher up the road now than you were last year.
Yeah. Yes. Last year when we spoke, I was the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer, and since then I've been in the CEO role, Chief Executive Officer here at the hospital, for about 8 months now.
Well, not to toot your horn, but everything I hear is good coming out of MDH since you've taken over. So, what was your mindset when you stepped into that role, and what do you see MDH doing here?
Well, I've never had aspirations to be a CEO of a hospital, but we have a great team here, and I just felt it was that time in my career to step in and take over and see how it goes. We have a great team here at MDH, very proud of everybody. They're very passionate and have a lot of pride in the organization. So it just made that job so much easier for me to step into my new role.
Yeah, it's easy to work with people who want to do a good job, isn't it? And it seems like everybody I talk to here is that kind of person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody's engaged, and they want to do well, and they want to succeed. And we want them to succeed here at the organization.
I think MDH has always had a pretty good name in the area. What are you trying to do for MDH to even step that up a little bit more?
Right. So Pat Osterman and myself, we've done a lot of community relationship building, reaching out to the community leaders, reaching out to our competitors to see how we can work together better to be a stronger organization overall.
Yeah, strong organization, and you guys continue to add pieces and parts. You've expanded to Monmouth. We talked a little bit about that with your urgent care and physical therapy. The pharmacy is looking really nice right now.
Right, and it's ready to come online. The construction's finishing up this week, and then next step is to get the certifications, inspections going. So we should be open for business later at the end of this year or first part of January.
So we mentioned last year you're relatively local to the McDonough County area. So you're one of the first CEOs that I remember that's local to McDonough. You have like a foothold in the area. Does that make this job, not that being CEO of any company doesn't have meaning, but does it mean a little more for you because you are from here?
It does, and it helps. I think it builds trust because they know I'm local. I'll have that connection with the community. Yes, my mother owns farmland south of town. My father-in-law owns farmland here. My wife's a bomber. She's a leatherneck. I'm a leatherneck. We got kids that are leathernecks too. So I feel like we have a lot of fabric in the community to take this organization to the next level.
Well, we're going to keep the interview shorter, but I cannot get done with this interview without asking if you got any deer last year.
I did. Actually, yes, I did. And as we talked last year too, I participate Hunters for the Hungry, where we donate our harvest, and I did that last year. So yes, I was successful.
So you spend a lot of time at MDH and helping people, and then you're helping people when you're home too.
Try to. That's a little different. You know, you're by yourself, and sometimes that's good to decompress and do all that. But yeah, no, it works out well.
So what's been the biggest surprise? You never had any ideas of wanting to be CEO. What's been the biggest surprise so far since you've taken a job?
Oh, I think just the loyalty our staff has for the organization. They want it to do well, and I think with that support has made this job so much better for me.
Well, Bill, I appreciate you talking to me. It's always fun getting to talk to you, so hopefully we'll do it again next year, and we'll have new big things to talk about from MDH.
Let's plan on it, and thank you for your time and having me on again this year after last year.
Hey, not a problem. Like I said, you were the biggest fan, I think, supported video of all of them. So we'll see if you can continue that. Maybe I should give an award.
You think?
I think we should come up with an award.
Okay, you work on that,
okay,
and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, I'll do that. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes. And welcome back here. It's halftime, and with Phyllis. And Phyllis, I about said McLouth.
It is.
It is McLouth. It still is McLouth, isn't it? So I've known you for a long time.
A long time.
And we were just discussing before we came on air that it's been a year or two since you came to MDH. You've been here a while. What's your job title here at MDH?
I'm Director of Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation.
And that entails a lot, especially considering we're here talking about sports. So that's a big part of what you do. What does that entail here at MDH?
The department as a whole, we start off with the sports. We have athletic training services. We go to many of the area schools. But also we have physical therapy for those that are maybe have had surgery or some more serious injuries, and we're going to try to get people back on the court or the field.
Yeah, court, field, or just work, right? I mean,
that's right.
It's sports medicine and rehabilitation. The rehabilitation goes a lot farther than the sports stuff, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah. Beyond that, I mean, every person needs to return to something, as you're kind of referring to. And so we see people of all ages. We see newborns. We see people up to, we've seen, I think, 105 years old. So everybody has something that's very important to them that they want to return to. And we respect that. We complete evaluations in whatever realm it may be in the different therapies and try to address their deficits and get them back into action, whatever that may be.
Yeah. Sometimes action's on the court and sometimes action is working at the factory or working for yourself, right?
Right.
Or just getting up out of a chair.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of everything. What drew you, because we talked about you've been here at MDH for a long time. So what drew you to MDH? Obviously, you're a Bushnell girl.
Correct.
So you're from the area. What drew you to MDH?
I wanted to serve the community. I think it's important that the smaller rural areas get good care too. And I'm just kind of attached to the area.
So, as successful as you've been, you've moved up the food chain, so to speak, at MDH. Some people would look at it as, well, I've done what I can do here. I could go somewhere else and help. Why stay here? I know you wanted to give it back to the rural area, but what is it about this particular area that made you want to stay?
I think there's always more that can be done, and I think it's important to kind of utilize what our resources are and try to make the most of them. Just again, in our area, we have a lot to offer here at the hospital, and there are people that are wanting to make the best of themselves here, and I think we have a role in that.
Now, you've been doing this for a number of years. I think you said 35 at MDH. Sports medicine and rehabilitation has changed, I would suspect, substantially in those 35 years. You have locations in Macomb, Bushnell, even in Monmouth now.
Right.
That's not something that was there back when you started.
No.
What is it about sports medicine and rehabilitation that's changed so much and become so important now?
It is kind of odd. We were very small to begin with. We started just in the basement of the hospital. It included cardiac rehab, PT, a little bit of pediatrics, and we all tried to do it in one small gym. And since that time, we've gone to our whole third floor addition. I think it was in '98. We had the Lafayette location. Bushnell was in 14. We also have a location in Grand Prairie. And then Monmouth we did 2 years ago. And I think therapy in general gets people back into action again. And I just think it's something that we have a chance to be a part of and help people, do better in whatever they may do.
What do you see as the director? What do you see as the ultimate goal for sports medicine and rehabilitation? I mean, obviously you guys keep growing, so you aren't there yet. But as a person who's just obviously loved sports medicine and rehabilitation since the time you started, where do you see it going, or what will it continue to grow? Do you continue to add new things?
We are always looking to see what's out there, just with advancements in research and trying to see what means of treatment may help others. We try to stay on top of that and try to then offer it to the community. And again, just because we're rural doesn't mean we can't stay on top of that and offer the best we can.
So you think you could be here another 35 years?
That might be pushing it. But also, what makes us strong is our team. And we have lots of very talented therapists on our team. So that really is the key to what we do.
Now, before we get out of here, I think that one of the coolest things about what you guys do is, and you mentioned it earlier, is you have trainers that go to the schools.
Right.
And I know Bushnell's part of that, West Prairie's part of that, Macomb's obviously part of that, and I'm sure there's other schools too. But the trainers that come to West Prairie and Bushnell especially and Macomb become almost part of the family.
True.
With the students and the athletes. how exciting is that for you as the director to be able to say that I've been able to help bring people in and they become parts of the families at these different schools around the area?
I just really appreciate it because a lot of times, the coaches don't need to worry about as much about what's happening to their players. They know that they can pay attention to the game, but also know that they've got someone to take care of their players and offer them the best evaluation so they can maybe get back on the field or, let's not do that and then make a better decision. Because many times there can be like a life-altering injury that may occur, and if it's not addressed appropriately, it doesn't turn out so well.
Well, Phyllis, I appreciate you stopping in and talking to us, and you can stop by anytime you want to at a halftime, and we'll just throw you on.
Okay, all right.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be back with the second half right after this. And welcome back to halftime. We're with Joanna Edson. Joanna, you've been at MDH since 2010. Is that what you said to me earlier?
Correct.
So what do you do here at MDH?
I'm Director of Behavioral Health and Psychiatry.
Okay. Director of Behavioral Health and Psychiatry. You're relatively new to the director role.
Correct.
But you've been here for several years. What have you done to get to this point?
I started out as a after-hours crisis worker and then was hired full-time 2 years later, so 2012. And then I was a therapist until I took the director position.
So what is it that's kept you at MDH? Obviously, if you've stayed as long as you have, there's something about MDH that keeps you here and makes you feel like you're doing something special. What is that?
I always wanted to work at MDH. I started, I actually have 2 masters after my first master's. I got in community health education. I wanted to come work here as a health educator, but nurses were getting hired for those positions. And so I had to take a different route. So then I worked for Teen Parent Services, and I started a homeless shelter and ran that for 11 years. Went back to school and got my master's of social work, and then I ended up here.
So you've taken a roundabout road to get to MDH. So if you've always wanted to work at MDH, what was it about MDH that made you want to come here?
I don't know. I just like the hospital vibe.
As the director now, you've been here. You've worked outside the hospital before you came to the hospital. You've worked in the hospital. Do you think that well-rounded, I should say, experience will allow you to do your job as a director a little bit better?
I believe all things happen for a reason. So there was a reason I wasn't hired all those years ago. It gave me opportunities to do things that I always wanted to also do, which was open a homeless shelter. There was a time when I was working for Teen Parent Services where I was running into a lot of homeless teens who also were either pregnant or had babies. And some of them were living with me. So we moved towards opening a shelter so they would have housing. And I was there for 11 years, which gave me a lot of insight into people and services in the community and how to help people. My desire to go back to school for my master's of social worker was to kind of help people at a deeper level, a more permanent level, help them figure out what keeps them getting into situations that are not good for them.
All right. Behavioral health, you see people at their worst times a lot of times. I mean, the hospital is a physical problem issue, but also behavioral health, you see them at their worst times on the mental side of things too. How do you deal with that kind of stuff on a regular basis, and how does MDH help the people that you guys have to deal with on that level?
I think that all of the other jobs helped me develop really good boundaries. I think we have to do what we can, which is not fix everything. And in this situation, a lot of times you're getting them to the next step. So if there's an emergency, you're getting them through that emergency and then going to find a different place for what's the next step that's going to work best for them. Same with mental health. If they come in crisis, we're going to help them get to work through whatever is emergent and then figure out, do they need counseling, hospitalization? Where do we need to have them go next?
Okay, Joanna, we talked about you you've been a part of the community for a long time, and one of the new things at MDH is the Children's Play Therapy Room. Can you touch on that a little bit before we head back to the second half?
Sure. The play therapy room is something that I've wanted to do for a while. I've been doing sand tray therapy with kids, which is a way for them to work through their trauma or problems in a way that they don't have to use words. And I always, to do it well, you have to have a special room, and it has to be set up a certain way. And I had planned to do it a few years ago, and then COVID hit, and then we had, so it just got delayed. When I took over as director, there was a room available, and the former director said, "Why don't you do your play therapy room that you've been wanting to do for a while?" And it started from there, and the foundation office helped us put supplies in there, and we also had a lot of toys and things that we already used in other offices. So it's a beautiful room. Kids are loving it. And it's making a huge difference.
And one of the cool things, there's no electronics in there, right?
Correct.
And there's a reason for that, I'm sure.
It's set up and designed just to be very peaceful and calming and quiet.
All right, we'll be back with the second half right after this. And welcome back here to Biggsville, Illinois, West Central High School, I8FA high school football in the state of Illinois. Galva and the West Central Heat doing battle here as we get ready for quarter number 3. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Holden Wirt is in front of me tonight running the camera, actually, as we get ready to go here, as we'll give the timeouts back to both teams and get ready to go for the second half. Holden, a good first half there. You having fun running that camera tonight? Oh, I got to turn your microphone up. I apologize. Go right ahead.
Yeah, there we go. I was wondering why I couldn't hear myself. You can usually hear yourself through these microphones.
So what do you think of the first half of football?
Pretty good. A bunch of calls. Bunch more work for me to keep the camera still, but football's football.
That's right. Turnovers were key for the Wildcats, who trailed by 14, but gave up the ball 3 times, 2 interceptions and a fumble on a kickoff, or really a muffed cover on a kickoff. They only have 2 first downs, unofficially 14 carries for 95 yards, 0 for 3 with 2 interceptions in the pocket. Stahl has 7 carries for 61 yards. He had 6 carries for 8 yards before a 53-yard run that set up their touchdown. 16 yards for Lauk and 10 yards for Funk, 8 yards for Hurd. That's all the stats for Galva. For the Heat, they have 28 carries for 174 yards. And they completed a pass for 5 yards. Robinson had that. The Heat will have the ball the Heat will be kicking off to start this second half as we get ready to go here. Gibb, who sat out the last part of that drive on the opening or the end of the first half, is on to kick here for the Heat. 20-6 the score as we get ready to go with the final 2 quarters. We'll tell you where we stand on some other games. Want to say hi to Justin Blauer watching in. That one's going to go out of bounds, and that'll be the second penalty of the game on the Heat. It's going to end up being about a 9-yard penalty as it went out at the 26. I think it should be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line for the Galva Wildcats. Should be 1st and 10 at the 35, I do believe. And it is, so a 9-yard penalty on the Heat. They've got 2 penalties for 14 yards. 1st and 10, Galva. See if they can get something going here. As I was saying, I want to say hi to Justin Blauer, watching in South Dakota as well, and Valerie Holman, who loves watching the Heat. Well, we love having you watch, Valerie. So thanks for tuning in. 12 minutes still on the clock as nobody touched the kick after it was kicked. So Start with a fresh clock here. First set of downs in the second half. Stall goes in motion, and
flag on the play.
False start. Huh. I didn't see that, but another penalty. 7. 6 for 40 yards in the first half for the Wildcats. It brings up 1st and 15 from the 30 now. Short pass. It's Lauk at quarterback. That was a completion for 1 yard, maybe, not even a whole yard. Was a completion, but no gain. 2nd and 15. So they come out at least looking a little different offensively, but now they go back to the I formation with Stahl the deep setback for the Wildcats. And that's going to go to Stahl. He bounces it left, breaks a tackle. He's got some running room. He's across the 35, across the 40, near the 45. He's going to be very close to a first down. They're going to move it back a yard, give him 14 on the carry. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. For the Wildcats with 10:52 to go in the third quarter.
On the 44.
Yard line on their side of the field. Handoff. Stahl. He'll have the first down. He gets drove back, but he has the first down. He's across the 45. Give him 2. And on their first series, they get their first down of the second half. Clock running, nearing the 10-minute mark. 1st and 10 at the 46. On the Galva side of the 50, and false start on Hurd, who looked like they were trying to go on first sound, or he thought they were going on first sound, and they did not. Another penalty. They've been mostly 5-yarders, only 2 10-yarders, but they've got 50 yards in penalties now. You have to wonder if you take the 50 yards and penalties away and the 3 turnovers, if this game doesn't look a little different. Here we go. Lauk. Handoff up the middle. Hurd on the carry, I do believe. No. That was number 26 on the carry. A.J. Traff. Gain of 2 for Traff. Second and 13. It was A.J. Traff, the senior, 6 foot, 180 pounds, getting up off the bottom of the pile there. Lauk is going to keep it. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. A huge defensive play by the Heat. And number 81, Cody Wade, the senior defensive back, coming in, bringing Lauk down for a 3-yard loss.
Heat sack for a loss of 3.
Third down and 16. Will prevent defense here for the Heat. And they're going to throw the penalty marker. Another false start? Yes, it is.
False start on Galva.
8:17 to go. Another 5-yard penalty is going to bring it 3rd and 21, almost 22. Clock is rolling. 3rd and media for the Galva Wildcats. You Heat fans will understand what I meant there. Clock rolling left, throws. He's got an open receiver. It's a catch.
Blake Stahl with the reception.
Stahl makes the catch. He's going to get an 19-yard gain. It's going to bring up a short 2. Give him a 20-yard gain. Fourth and a long 1 on 20-yard reception. Lock the quarterback, junior, 6 foot, 145 pounds. Handoff's going to go to Stahl. He bounces around left side. He'll have the first down. 2-yard gain for Stahl and a first down for Galva. Seven minutes remaining in the third quarter. It's been Galva football the first 5 minutes of this second half. They have literally moved the ball 22 yards in 5 minutes. Now, they went backwards quite a bit during that time, but they've moved the ball forward 22 yards in 5 minutes. As the clock continues to run, pitch is going to come out to Stahl. He turns upfield, breaks a tackle. He can't break a second. He's going to be brought down by Wade, Kane, and others. A gain of 2 again. That's his 3rd straight carry of 2 yards, and that's a pretty generous 2 yards there. That could have almost been called 1. Clock continues to run. So we approach the halfway point of quarter number 3. Down by 14. Galva not in any hurry here, just trying to get the ball down the field and get within 1 score. This is the first drive of the second half for either team. Lauk under center. Fakes the pitch, handoff on the wide receiver. Reverse, and that's going to be a loss of 1. Big stop over there by one of the linebackers for the Heat. And I'll call it a loss of 1 for number 11, J.P. Sloan on the carry. Senior, 6'1", 155 pounds. He'll lose 1. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9 at the 43-ish yard line. We're down to 5:05 remaining now. And no. Lauk rolling right, throws it downfield. He's got somebody behind the defense. It's caught. No whistle? Or is there a whistle? There's a flag down. And they're calling a touchdown from the 43-yard line, but it might come back. Sloan on the reception, and the referee is not staying down there. He's walking back the other way. We'll see now. He kind of stopped like he's going to turn around and walk back down to the end zone. See what the call is. They're going to walk back to the end zone. What are we doing here? Pass interference, defense, declined, touchdown, Galva, I think. Is it a touchdown? Is it not? What are we doing? He stepped out at the 9? They're saying he stepped out at the 9. So from the 43 to the 9, a 34-yard reception. First down. First one through the air. I don't know how he stepped out at the 9. He stepped out at the 20 maybe, where he caught it, but not at the 9. Here's the pitch out to Stahl, left side, rounding the corner, attempting to. Oh, what a play in the backfield. I believe that again is number 16, Jordan Kane. Stahl is going to go for a gain of 1. He got tripped up, fell forward for the 1-yard gain. 4:22 remaining. Wildcats have had the ball the entire quarter. A lot of time wasted if they can't get it in the end zone here. Stahl now in the I formation behind Hurd. Walk under center. Handoff's going to go to Stahl, and he's stacked up again. Little to no gain. Among others on the stop, number 58, Noah Johnson, the sophomore. He's going to get a little bit of a gain. Give him one more. It's 3rd and goal at the 7.
Galva run for a yard.
3rd and goal at the 7. Under 4 minutes to go now. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Dropping back, looking to pass his Lauk. He's got Stahl wide open and picked off out of nowhere. Where did that defender come from? Another interception.
West Central interception. Carter Gibb with the pickoff.
That's Carter Gibbs with the INT. Another interception. At the 3:15 mark, Carter Gibbs comes up with a huge interception. I formation backfield. Hand off to Kelly. No, it's keeper. They blew the whistle, an inadvertent whistle.
Penalty on the play.
No, that's an inadvertent whistle. They faked out the referees, I do believe. They did. An inadvertent whistle blows the play dead, and Spence might have still been running. They thought, like I did, that Kelly had the football. What are we going to do here? Replay first down? I didn't know that was a thing. I thought that only happened in volleyball. Here we go. Replay first down after the inadvertent whistle. Graham Kelly got tackled about 3 yards downfield. They blew the whistle, and Spence was wide open all by himself. They're going to try it again. Nope, they're going to give it to Kelly this time, and he will get the 3-yard gain. Maybe a couple even. We'll see. Two yards on the carry, maybe 3. We'll see where they end up marking it here. 2 yards for Kelly. He's up to 78. 2:45 left in the 3rd quarter. Clock continues to run. Keeping the pile moving is Graham Kelly. Ball's loose. They're picking it up. No whistle? Did I ever hear a whistle? I didn't hear a whistle. What are they going to call? The officials are talking. The referee's calling the ball back. What are we calling here? What are we doing this time? Zoom in on those officials, if you would. I think Agena. Okay, well, zoom back out, I guess. They never did really. They must have just called it a gain of 4, 5. going to be gain of 4. It's 3rd and 3. 3rd and 4. They're calling it 3rd and 4, so we'll give him a gain of 4 to Kelly. 3rd and 4. This will be a punting situation if they can't get one here. 2 minutes remaining. Spence keeps it this time. He's going to have a first down. No inadvertent whistle, but making a big stop and coming from behind kind of to track him down. I believe number 55, TJ Hudson, the sophomore, 6'2", 215 pounds. Gets it out to the 24-yard line. Gain of 6 for Spence and a first down for the Heat. Huge first down there for the Heat to get the ball out of their end of the field a little bit at least. On an inadvertent whistle. Now to pitch out to Robinson. He's able to keep his feet pumping. He breaks one tackle. He's only going to lose a few or a couple instead of a bunch. That was Sloan in the backfield. Robinson's going to lose 2. He's got -4 on 2 carries. Second down and a short 12. Colton Spence brings the play in. 1:02 remaining. Thrown out to Robinson. Lowers his shoulder. I think that's a screen pass. I'm going to call it a pass. Couldn't tell if it was.
Robinson with a short gain.
I'm going to call that a pass, a gain of 5 or 6, gain of 6. This brings up 3rd and 6. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. A possession and 5 plays is all we see in the third quarter. And we're going to head to the fourth the exact same way we started the third. Only difference is the Heat will have the football as we head to quarter number 4. You're watching I8FA on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
And welcome back here. Fourth quarter action coming your way from Biggsville, Illinois. I8FA, 8-man football on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Holden Wirt is on the camera tonight. Holden, that was a fast third quarter. I don't know. Looked like the chance for Galva to get in the end zone was thrown away for interception number 3. You got to see if they can make something happen defensively here.
That was a very quick one. I may have learned a few tricks from halftime.
So here we go. See what the Heat can do on third, and I called it 6. They called it 7. Spence throws that one forward, and it's going to be a first down. No, a fumble. Fumble on the play. Fumble on the play. Robinson made the catch over there, I believe. That was a forward pass. It went for a gain of 9, and then a fumble. With 11:53 to go in the fourth quarter.
The turnover, Galva takes over.
That would have been enough for a first down. Couldn't see who recovered it for Galva. Here we go. Oh, ball's on the ground again. I think the Wildcats come up with it, though. Lauk does come up with it. MJ Lauk, the quarterback now. No gain on the play. Clock becoming somewhat of an issue for Galva, as they have not shown a whole lot of big ability to have the big play. They did have one big play, but they used most of the third quarter to get down the field one time. Lauk's going to keep it this time, tries to cut back in. Jordan Kane on the stop there, I do believe. No gain again. It's 3rd and 10. You have to think that Galva needs to get something here because both teams have shown the ability to control the football if they can prevent the turnovers. 3 turnovers tonight, make it 4 turnovers tonight for the Galva Wildcats, 1 for the Heat. Ball's on the ground again, and it's 4th and 10. 2 drop snaps in this series for the Wildcats. A bit of implosion here for Galva. .950. Looking to throw the ball again here. Lauk in the shotgun. He dropped another snap, and he covers it up.
And the West Central Heat takes over on downs.
He loses 9 and a turnover on downs.
From the Galva 45 to the West Central 45.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line on their side of the 50 for the Heat with 9:39 to go. This game's kind of turning into a I don't have to win and you can't make me kind of contest here. Thankfully for the Heat, they got out to the early 20-0 lead. 3 fumbled snaps in 4 plays for the Wildcats in that last series. Spence up under center. You expect the Heat to take a bunch of time off the clock. Right back to Robinson they go again. And he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Big tackle over there on the far side. When they gave him a pretty generous spot, though. That's no gain on the play. They're calling it second 11, but he didn't lose a whole yard. So I'm going to go no yards on that one. Hand off to Kelly. Back to the workhorse they go.
And Kelly with the run. Gain of 5.
I'll give him a gain of, about 5. Didn't quite get 6. 3rd down and 5 now for the Heat in Galva territory at the 48-yard line. Pitch it out to Robinson again. He's got, they're going to mark it.
Cameron Robinson.
They're going to give him a 1st down. He gained 5, and he needed 5. He's up to 1 yard positive on 4 carries now. So it's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line, or the 43-yard line now. They're probably not quite to the 43 technically. It says 44 on the scoreboard, and that's probably not far from correct. I formation again. Spins under center. Pitch is going to come out to Robinson. Tries to cut back. He's going to lose several. Called a loss of 3. Can bring up second and a long 13. Seven minutes, though, remaining in a football game as the clock just continues to run here. Robinson again. He's going to get near the original line of scrimmage. I think he'll get his 3 yards back. See where they mark it, actually. Yeah, only 2. 3rd and a short 11. It'll be pretty close to 6 minutes before this ball is snapped, though. So we're halfway through quarter number 4 already. Some scores at the half that I didn't get to. We'll tell you after this play. Handout's going to go to Robinson again.
Cameron Robinson with a run for 3.
2 or 3 yards will bring up 4th down and 8. Give him 3 yards on the carry. Whew, I'm pretty generous with that, too. Fourth
and 8 for your Heat.
And 8 for the Heat. At the half, it was 15-6 Farmington over Macomb at Macomb. A-Town and South Fulton were tied at 21-21 at the half, and FCW over West Prairie Southeastern 36-12 at the half. They may be looking to punt here, using as much time as they can. And then call a timeout, letting the clock run. There's a 5-second window. 3. 5:02 remaining, and the Heat take a timeout. Coach Kirby playing chess out there right now as these two coaches trying to figure out a way with Zach Anderson on the far side. Try to pin them deep. They haven't shown the ability to drive quickly down the field except for one time. Did result in their touchdown, but so the two teams come back to the field, and they will be back to punt. Holden, the guy deep, is going to punt. Zoom out, bud. Zoom out some more. Turn the camera left. Turn the camera left, your other left. There he is. There's the punter. Here's the punt. Going to angle it out of bounds. Heads up. Didn't gain a lot on that. He tried to angle it out of bounds, but I think he angled it. And they're not going to give much at all. Looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 29, maybe the 30. For Galva, it will be 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line with 4:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Galva going to have to open things up maybe a little bit here. They do have 3 interceptions on the day, though. Stahl, the deep set back. Hurd back in at fullback. Lauk, oh, big hit, and nearly, it's a pitch, and who's going to come up with it? Somebody came up with it. That was a huge hit on Lauk. Lauk got a big-time hit. The pitch hit the ground. There's a fumble picked up by, I'm not sure who picked it up over there. A 2-yard gain.
A gain of 2 for Galva.
And the referee's going to have a conversation here. You can kind of see him on the right side of your screen there, the white hat, talking to, I'm not sure if that's the line judge he's talking to or who he's talking to over there. 4:10 remaining. This is the only thing that slowed this game is referee conversations. Gain of 2 on whoever ran that, or 1, or what are they doing? They called that an incomplete pass? Huh. That was most definitely not a forward pass, but. Lauk is going to roll left, going to have to run with it, and he'll run out of bounds near the 40. He'll be very close to a first down. They're going to call it first after a run of 10.
Lauk with a Galva first down.
Lauk gets the run of 10, and it's a first down. 4:33 remaining.
Sorry.
They moved it back a yard. I'll give him 9. 3rd and a short 2. That wasn't a very generous spot. If you're a Galva fan, a really generous spot if you're the Heat. Clock still at 4:33. I formation. Lauk under center. Pitch. Now they're going to do a halfback option pass. Stahl looking for Lauk. Lofts it up. He's there. Knocked away. What a defensive play by the Heat, and hanging in there and staying there, getting a hand up at the very last second was Cooper Gibb to knock that one away. Incomplete pass by Stahl. .424 remaining. It's 4th down and 1. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 20-6, still the score. Stahl goes in motion, and that's a
flag on the play.
False start again.
False start on Galva.
If they would have waited, now it's going to bring up 4th down and 6. Makes this 4th down play a lot tougher for the Wildcats. Still 4:23 left. Wildcats have their timeouts remaining. Dropping back is Lauk. Got an open receiver. Knocked down again by by Cooper Gibb.
Incomplete. Cooper Gibb on the coverage.
Turnover on downs. Number 14 in for the Heat. I don't have him on my roster. .418 remaining. Hand off to Kelly.
Graham Kelly with a run.
He's going to go for 2 or 3 yards. 4:05 remaining, 2-yard gain. Kaylee on the camera here for the last few minutes now. Holden couldn't make it the last 4 minutes. Feet hurting him too bad. They're going to run as much time as they can off the clock. 3:27 remaining. Handoff. No, he's going to keep it. Going to throw it forward. Robinson has it. That's a pass. He's out of bounds. But it's a gain of 7.
Cameron Robinson with the run, bringing up 3rd and 1. Timeout, Galva.
Galva wasted the time, or they called the time. Maybe he wasn't out of bounds and they took the timeout. That could be too. They blew it instantly and waved his arms. I thought that it was a out of bounds play, but it may have been calling the timeout. So Galva takes the timeout. They should have 2 timeouts remaining. Yeah, it's been a completely different second half here. 3rd down and a long one. Make it 2 for the Heat. So the timeout is complete. 3:19 remaining. Huge pair of downs here, I would imagine, for Galva's defense. 3rd and a short 2, long 1 for Graham Kelly and the Heat. Handoff's going to go to, nope. Spence kept it, and he gets wrapped up in the backfield. Huge play by Stahl. Spence on the keeper, and he loses 2. Timeout with 3:13 remaining called by Galva. Their second timeout. I believe they'll have 1 timeout remaining. Trying to stop the clock and get the ball back here. It's 4th down and 3 for the Heat. Cheerleaders doing a cheer for West Central right now, getting a little pub right now. Zoom in a little tighter on those ladies. Or not. All right, back to football. Here we come. Handoff's going to go to Robinson, and he's not going to get there. He'll lose another yard.
West Central turning it over on downs. Galva takes over.
So Galva's going to have a chance. They have one timeout remaining. 3:05 left on the clock. They trail by 14. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Looks like 29. They got 27 on the scoreboard. I'm going to call it the 29, maybe the 28. Big offensive series here for Galva. Defensively, the Heat can end it here, essentially. Lauk under center. Drops back. Rolls right. Looking to throw. Gets ran out of bounds with a big loss. Stopped the clock with 2:59 remaining, but he lost 8 yards. Just under 3 minutes to go now. Incompletion would have been better there for Galva than the loss of 8 yards when they have to score twice in 3 minutes now. Lauk drops back again. Going to loft it deep downfield. 2 defenders, 1 receiver, incomplete. Good coverage by Gibb again. Also back there, Graham Kelly in coverage for the Heat. Lauk has not completed a pass since the interception earlier. That was at a 3rd and goal play inside the 10. 2:53 remaining. Dropping back, lofting it up deep downfield again. 2 receivers there this time. That dropped. Nearly intercepted, knocked away though, as Gibb and friends are back there again. It's deep prevent defense going on now for the Heat as another incomplete pass brings up 4th down. And this is where that 8-yard loss becomes more prevalent because you can't very likely try to sneak in a run to get that 4th and 10. This is 4th and 18. And it's a long way to go and a short time to get there for Galva. Lauk again. Drops back. Under pressure's got time. Throws it downfield. Funk is there. It's inside coming to get the catch. It's Sloan, and he might go. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Galva with 2:28 remaining.
With the Galva reception and touchdown.
From the 21-yard line. We got a football game, folks. 2:28 remaining. A 79-yard touchdown pass. Need another player for a 2-point conversion here. They're down by 8. Stahl, the deep setback. Lauk under center. Fakes the handoff, gives it to Stahl, and Stahl does not get in.
2-point conversion is no good.
So with 2:28 remaining, Lauk connects with J.P. Sloan on a 79-yard touchdown pass on a 4th and 18. The run fails. And it's 20-12 and an onside kick to come. 1 timeout remains for Galva. They trail by 8, 2:28 remaining in the football game. So technically they could get the football back. They won't have much time. If they do not allow a first down, they can still get the football back, I do believe. Just barely, but they could get it back with 1 timeout. They'll obviously try an onside kick here, I would imagine. Going to be Sloan on to kick now. It looks like he set it up to kick deep, but it's got to be some sort of a squib or something here, I would imagine. Going to try the bounce kick. Oh, what a cover. What a cover. Yeah, it was Carter Gibb with the recovery. It's going to be 1st and 10. That might be a late hit. Nope, illegal procedure. Declined, I would imagine. Yep, declined. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Heat at their own 48-yard line with 2:27 remaining. Ambulance going by, and football field sparks setting to kick off here possibly. Handoff's going to go to Graham Kelly, and is he going to go or is he going to slide? He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Graham Kelly, and that might be the dagger, a 52-yard touchdown run for Graham Kelly. A 52-yard touchdown run for Graham Kelly with 2:18 remaining. And the Heat will try for 2 now. Stahl is spying on Spence now. There's no doubt about it. He's not even looking at Kelly on the fake handoff. He is going right to Spence to try to stop that pitch that they've had so much success with. And he does it again there, gets him in the backfield. The run fails. But the damage may have already been done. 26-12 with 2:18 to go here in the football game. As I forgot to take the touchdown marker off, but I guess I can put a Heat touchdown up there now.
Don't forget the cheerleaders free donation bake sale still going on.
26-12 after the Heat touchdown.
Get your gear, get your sweet things fixed up, swing by the concession stand.
That puts Kelly up over 140 yards unofficially at 141 yards. He's got more yards himself than Galva, and really, Gibb has nearly more yards. I'll have to add it up to be sure, but it'll be pretty close on him. 2:18 to go. Here comes the kick. Squib kick into the line, recovered by Galva. And that is the best case scenario for them. On the recovery, number 4, Eli Ingalls, a sophomore, 5'9", 145 pounds. 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line for Galva. One timeout still remains. They never actually used the timeout.
Galva taking over at the 47-yard line.
They will have to get an onside kick next time, because by the time they score, even if they score on this play, I don't believe they have enough time to stop the clock and get the ball back even with one timeout. We'll see how that works out, but they've got to get a touchdown first. Fake handoff to Stahl. Lauk over the middle. They've got the hook and ladder play. Stahl down the sideline. Touchdown! So a completion to Sloan. He runs to the 30. So from the 47 to the 30 is 23 yards. And then Stahl goes from the 32. I think that's running. I'm not even sure. We'll wait and see here. So 23 and 32. It's probably all reception yardage, actually. So 32 and 23. Now the 2-point conversion. 2:03 to go. Lauk's going to roll right, cuts upfield, cuts right. He's going to be dropped short. 2-point conversion's no good. So another touchdown for the Wildcats. 2-point conversion is no good. Whew. $53 yards passing. For Lauk. Now has 190 yards passing. I've been quiet. I don't even know what to say here. 2:03 to go. Try the onside kick again. This one's bobbled around, but it's going to be covered up. Jordan Kane coming up with it maybe that time, or it was Gibb, one or the other. 2:03 remaining.
West Central taking over on the 45.
It was Kane. I think it was Kane came up with that interception down at the goal line as well. So, Heat are not in a victory formation. If they could get a first down, it would sure take care of problems, but we'll see what happens here. Ball goes to Kelly. He breaks the tackle, keeps his feet moving, spins, and goes for a gain of 7.
Graham Kelly with the run for 8.
And that's pretty generous, giving him 7. I'll go 6.
Sorry, 6.
And a late timeout. You might as well let the clock run there. They wasted so much time before the timeout was called. They might as well let the play run and call it on the next one. So it's 26-18, an 8-point game, 2nd down and 4 after a gain of 6. The final timeout called by the Wildcats. Valerie, I'm sorry about the scoreboard. I was so excited about what was going on, I forgot to take the touchdown label off. You know, they need to fire me and get good help. That's what they need to do. 2nd down and 4. for the Heat. They get a first down, it will be over. Last time out's been called by the Wildcats. Here we go. Big couple plays here. 1:44 remaining. And that's going to go to Kelly. He's going to have a first down as he keeps his feet moving. Pushes the pile, and a first down run. A gain of 6 for Graham Kelly. And that will do it. Now it'll be victory formation time for the Heat. And what a football game down the stretch, and what heart shown by the Galva Wildcats. They'll fall to 2-4, but this is a very, very, very much improved football team wearing those white jerseys tonight on the far side of the field. Under a minute. Going to have to run 2 plays here. Spence takes a knee. 53 seconds remaining. There'll have to be one more. He can take it any time after the 40-second mark. I'll let it run down under 40. Probably get to 35 or so would be my guess. At the 35 mark it is, and that's going to be the final snap of the football game. 26-18 the final, but what a game it turned out to be down the stretch. Some big plays by Galva kept them in it. They just couldn't get one more big play, and that's how it's going to end. But a huge, huge win for the Heat. And even in a loss, maybe a statement game for Galva, as they have shown with a couple wins already this season. A big win over BPC, and then this tight battle with West Central, who now improves to 5-1. That Galva is a program on the rise. Some youngsters playing a lot as well. They got most everybody that was playing except J.P. Sloan. He's a senior, but other than that, most everybody's going to be back next year, and they are on the rise. A good-sized football team, big kids, as we got the big head right in the way. Hey, Kaylee, ask him if he'd move left or right a little bit. Just tap him. Okay, there he goes. That's the beauty or lack thereof of being in the bleachers. Thanks, everybody, for watching. 26-18, the final here at West Central High School. An I8FA competition. We'll get both coaches up here, as Mallory has made it just in time to see the end of the game. Holden did most of the game before Kaylee took over. Kaylee, zoom in on West Central's, the red team there, if you would. Thanks, Coach. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Okay. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some stats and scoring here in the next few minutes. You've been watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Coaches' interviews coming your way in just a few minutes. And welcome back to halftime. We're with Joanna Ed.
And welcome back. I am Patrick Osterman, subbing in for TSSR Game Time Live halftime interview. And today I'm with Vice President of Human Resources here at MDH, Bill Corbin. Bill, welcome.
Thanks, Pat.
Now, how long have you been at MDH?
I've been here now 4.5 years.
So when you first started at MDH, and you've always been the Vice President of Human Resources, you came to the organization at a pretty interesting time. I think pretty interesting for everybody in the world. You got here right at the start of the COVID onset.
Yes, I did. I started April 13th of 2020, so right after COVID kind of hit, and so it was an interesting time.
What kind of challenges did that put for you? Because coming into a new organization, there's always those challenges, you know, new town, getting to know new people, and then you throw a pandemic on like that. How much of a challenge was that for you?
I would say it was a pretty big challenge. Obviously, getting to know the leadership team at MDH, getting to know the community members, and just kind of settling into the community, it was a challenge. During that time, we made some difficult decisions from a leadership standpoint. We went through some downsizing due to the pandemic. And we had some layoffs as well as some kind of furloughs. We did bring some of the employees back, so it was definitely a challenging time.
But as we went through those challenges, now that we're 4 years past all that, you start seeing the growth back, and it's always nice when you can actually hire people more. And I know that's a big part of your job. I know you got a staff, and you can talk about your staff as well that work for you in human resources. But obviously, that's a big part of your job.
Absolutely. The recruitment is a huge part of my position as well as human resources. I have a great team. I have a team of 3 individuals, and they are amazing. I have HR generalist, HR assistant, and the recruiter. They spend the majority of the time focusing on the HR functions, payroll, benefits, obviously recruitment. And the key piece is bringing in the right candidates from a cultural fit.
So when it comes to the recruitment, here at MDH, we are a small rural community hospital. You almost have to sell them more on the quality of life, would you say, and the staff that you work with. I know some people have the allure of wanting to work in the big city, but being able to sell them on Macomb, on McDonough County, and the operations and the staff here at MDH, would you consider that a positive for you where you're able to go out and find those right candidates?
I would say yes, we're able to find the right candidates. It is somewhat of a challenge. I think it is for the individual who's looking to come to a rural area. I think they have the mindset, this is what I'm looking for. I like that somewhat slower pace than the big city. The nice thing is being in the university town, Western Illinois, we have Amtrak, which is able to take them into the big city if they want to go into Chicago. We're close to St. Louis and so forth. So obviously McDonough County, it's a great county, it's a great town, and we try to sell that to any candidate that's looking to come here.
How many years have you been working in healthcare and human resources?
I have now over 20 years of healthcare human resources experience.
What's the most rewarding part of your job?
I would say looking at all the individuals that, as far as employees that we bring in, it's always a positive to see that. We have in-person orientation, new employee orientation, where we talk about, kind of culture and so forth. And the key thing is we're looking for individuals who are going to treat each individual like they'd want to have someone treat their mother, their father, brother, sister, and so forth. So.
Now, I know a lot of work going on right now. Recruiting almost seems to be a 24/7 job at times. When you get out of work, what are some of the fun things you like to do?
Oh, outside of work, I enjoy golfing. We've hit the course a few times here and there. I'm currently studying for a certification, so I'm taking the time to do that at nighttime. But enjoy golfing. Enjoy just kind of now and then we'll work out and need to work out a little bit more frequently. But I enjoy watching college sports. I'm a huge college football fan, so really enjoy watching that on the weekends.
Well, Bill Corbin, we appreciate you taking time being here with us today.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Pat.
We'll be back for the second half.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
And welcome back, as I think Coach Kirby is starting to find his way up here. So we'll get him on the broadcast, tell you unofficial stats for the game. 21 carries, 153 yards, and a couple touchdowns for Graham Kelly. Cooper Gibb had 12 carries for 96 yards on the first half. 3 carries for 8 yards for Spence. He had 1 called back. 8 carries for 2 yards for Robinson, number 21, Cameron Robinson. Altogether, 43 carries, 259 yards unofficially, 4 of 5 passing for 27 yards for Spence unofficially. And all the catches were to Robinson for 27 yards as well. We have Coach Kirby under the headset now. And, I obviously want to talk about your team, but this Galva team is much improved, aren't they?
Oh, goodness, yes. They've done a great job with their improvements. They're old kids. They're seniors, played like seniors. They have all year. They're physical. They run downhill. Their coach has done a really nice job simplifying what they do and taking advantage of the kids that they've got. And they're incredibly improved over what they've been over the past few years.
Their seniors played well, but they've got a lot of young kids that are going to be pretty darn good.
Okay, I was seeing their seniors, so I don't like knowing that.
The junior was a quarterback. Number 3 is a junior.
Yes.
The sophomore was the quarterback to start with. Stahl is a senior, and Horde is a senior, and that J.P. Sloan that caught was seniors, but I called a lot of sophomores and freshmen, and not freshmen, sophomores and juniors, though. So they're a program, I think, that is on the rise, though.
As long as he keeps doing what he's doing, yes, they definitely will be.
Well, your kids did some good stuff tonight, too. Gave up some big plays at the end, but that second half was so weird.
It was.
I mean, it was all the first quarter or third quarter was 2 drives or a drive and about 5 plays, and then this fourth quarter was kind of the same way. Nobody did anything, and then all of a sudden, the last 3 minutes, things took off.
Well, I mean, we had 3 of our 5 guys that put their hand in the ground were non-starters tonight, and they did a great job in the first half with our assignments and blocking. And Galva then made a good adjustment near the end of the first half where they went to a blitz defense, and they really tried to come after us with that. And our young kids had a great deal of difficulty with that, as you saw from up here, no doubt. So that was the adjustment that helped them defensively and changed the momentum of the game. And we knew that if we made a couple blocks, that we could get to the second level and probably bust one, as Graham did. But it was causing our young kids a great deal of difficulty dealing with their physical inside blitzes.
It's that one play that I noticed was you guys would fake the handoff to Kelly, do the option essentially around the end. But they seemed to get stalled in spying on Spence the last few times, and he got there 2 or 3 times at the end of the game. Did they change something, or were those young linemen you were talking about kind of getting wore out a little bit as the game went on for you guys?
Okay, so what was actually taking place was those were 2 different plays. So when we were running triple, they would come down and tackle Graham, and we would then get to the outside and pitch off the corner. But what they did a great job of is when we were in Speedo, Colton didn't attack the inside shoulder of the end as he ended up doing later, which we got a first down on a big play. But he kind of feathered out, and it allowed that end to feather with him, and then he could get to the pitch after making Colton do so. And that was well played on their part. They did a nice job coaching that.
Yeah, they definitely improved, I felt like, as the game went along. They made some good adjustments, which, you've been around a while. You guys make adjustments. We haven't necessarily seen that out of Galva in recent years. They made some good adjustments during this game.
Yeah, and as their confidence grew, you could see their kids continued to grow more and more confident and played harder.
I had Cooper Gibb running the ball a lot there in the first half, and then he didn't run the ball after that. But he did play a lot defensively and played pretty well, so I'm guessing he wasn't hurt. You just made a change there for a purpose?
Yeah. Coop we needed to sit 21 in the first half because of some discipline issues. And in the second half, we like to get as many players playing only one way as we possibly can. And at halftime, talking to Coop, he was pretty spent, and only having him on defense then we knew was going to strengthen us defensively. And then we ended up getting to go to more of a one-way player.
You looked like a genius doing that because he broke up about four plays downfield. I mean, he might have gotten burnt once, but he broke up a bunch of plays that could have changed the game sooner than when a track meet started. It would have been a little sooner in the.
Coop does a nice job of reading his keys, and he's a good defensive player for us. I agree with you. Yeah.
Graham Kelly does the same stuff. He probably has a little bit of a harder time this year because everybody knows who he is, right? It's quite obvious they key on him.
I'll tell you what, man, I loved Graham running the ball tonight. Graham ran behind his shoulder pads. He was so physical running it. We moved him back about 6 inches in his stance, and it gave him more confidence that he had getting to the line of scrimmage, and you could see him running behind his shoulder pads so much better tonight, and I think that's just going to increase as the year continues to progress, and he's Graham Kelly. I mean, he's going to have a great year for us.
Yeah, that's a kid that's going to be up there in the West Central lore and probably I8FA lore by the time this is done. If he stays healthy, there's no doubt about it. You guys are 5-1. I don't know what you thought, or I know what you wanted, but I don't know what you thought coming into this year. Other than the West Carroll game, which kind of got away from you, you guys have played pretty good football the rest of the way. You're sitting where you need to sit right now going into the final 3 weeks?
I'm really excited about how our kids have played. I think that we've progressed defensively every week. I think our kids have a ton of confidence on defense, and that's a lot of fun. I think we play complementary football in terms of we don't give up big plays typically on defense, and then we get first downs and play a physical style on offense. That complementary football tends to make sure that we're going to be in games if we're playing against good people, and I think that next week our complementary football is going to be a big deal.
Yeah, they FCW was leading at the half 36 to, I think it was 12 over West Prairie. So that's a pretty good football team you're going against next week, isn't it?
Sure is.
And then what do you have, Bushnell after that, and then
Amboy.
The big one with Amboy, and that's at home. As you guys, I mean, you've went the full distance, obviously, in the playoffs, and you haven't made the playoffs. So you're playoff eligible now. You're likely going to be in the playoffs, but that doesn't really change your mindset these last 3 games, does it?
No. All we care about is going 1-0. The only thing that our kids talk about is going 1-0 and playing this next week at Flanagan. They're excited about getting on a charter bus at 3 o'clock on Friday, and they want to order cheeseburgers. I mean, they want to go and get this one. They know that this is a Ridgewood-type football game.
And I haven't talked to you since Ridgewood, and did you have any concerns about coming into the next week after that Ridgewood game and the way that thing played out? And did you have to do anything? But you've got some really good leadership on this team. I'm guessing you didn't have to do a whole lot, but did you have any concerns coming into the next week?
No, our kids are banged up, and that's my concern. It was homecoming week. I hate homecoming, but our kids did well. They're a strong team. We have good leadership.
Oh, Coach was up here. I didn't even see him up here.
You want me to get him stopped?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Coach. If you got a minute, come on up. I didn't know you were up here. Get Coach up here. I'll let you get out of here. But
thank you.
I appreciate you for coming up and talking to us, and congratulations on another win.
Thank you.
Yep. Coach Kirby talking to us for a few minutes. We'll get Coach Anderson up here. Coach Anderson talking to Coach Kirby on the way by. Have him come up and talk to us. Coach, I didn't even see you out there. I apologize. Get Coach on the headset here. I know the game didn't end up the way you wanted it to, but I don't think there's anybody in the state of I8FA football that can look at Galva and say that they're an easy out anymore.
No, I am trying to instill in them that we can't ever give up. We shot ourselves in the foot tonight. I mean, more so than anything, we can't have 10, 15 penalties that we were having. I mean, I don't know exactly how many we had, but
I got you for 10 penalties for 60 yards.
It's silly. And I mean, we're battling injuries, and I'm not making excuses. We're not. I mean, we had somebody at center tonight that we don't normally have at center. We had, I think it's Braxton Holstrom. He went down a couple weeks ago. He was one of our starting guards, so we're kind of moving some people around. But at the end of the day, I'm super proud of the fact that we did not give up, because it was very easy with 4 minutes left to just roll over and say, okay, well, this is it.
I had you guys for 4 turnovers or 5 turnovers, which is
Yeah,
tough to do that. And then you had a series where you fumbled 2 snaps and then another snap, as you talk about your center, on a 4th down play that didn't get to the quarterback on a shotgun snap. You lost by 8 points.
I know. So
I mean,
and I told
so
him,
that's
I said,
a game. I mean, you have to. These kids have to feel like if we just take care of some things, this is a winnable football game.
Well, and that's what I told him. I said, there's nothing taken away from West Central, but I told him all week, I'm like, this is not like a game that should be like you're gonna be in this game the whole time as long as we play right. And I told him, I said, for a quarter and a half, we can't play bad football for a quarter and a half, and that's what we did to come out of the start. We can't play bad football and expect to be in those games. And, I mean, we were fortunate that we were, but, I mean, that drive that we had in the third quarter to start it, yes, it went back and forth, but we were picking up first downs. We were doing what we needed to do, and then just one bonehead play and we throw a pick. Nothing we can do. I mean, and we ended up getting it back, right? We caused a fumble over here. We got it back. We tightened up on defense. And
I will – 2 things from that first drive.
Mm-hmm.
I realized – I'm talking and – calling the game, and I realized 5 minutes in you'd have went 22 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you'd went back some and had to come back forward, but 5 minutes into that quarter, you had just moved the ball 22 yards, which is insane and kind of ludicrous at the same time.
Absolutely.
But I know I'm not in the same position as your quarterback
right
on that play, but I literally called that he was wide open. I thought he was wide open. And the West Central defender came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm standing all the way up here watching it.
Right, yeah.
I mean, in Locke's defense, I don't know how he could have seen him.
And, yeah, I mean, and it's one of those things that, Locke got put in a weird situation. Our normal quarterback, Funky, has been kind of dealing with a little bit of shoulder injury, and he kind of went down a little bit tonight. And I'm like, you know what, bud, like you can block. Like, we'll just put you at tight end and leave you there, and then we can go from there. And so – The center issues where I was trying to put my normal center back in, but I was, like I said, I've been trying to kind of bounce some people around. So I put my normal center back in. Well, that normal center hadn't really snapped all week. And then I've got a different quarterback under there. So then that was kind of the as soon as I did it, I'm like, oh, God, you're a bonehead. What did you think? What are you thinking?
I'll tell you what, though. Galva hasn't won a lot of football games in recent years.
No, sir.
You're 2-4 now, which
yep.
Probably feel like you could be 2-3 or maybe more than that. I mean, as of tonight, you could have been 3-3.
I mean, this was a very winnable game, very winnable, and we did the same thing with Hiawatha. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot, and it's.
So I guess my question there is it doesn't look like it, but having not won games for these seniors that are playing, you got some young kids playing too, but for your seniors that are playing. Have you had any problems saying, hey, we've won a game, we've won 2 games. That's not good enough. We need to keep pushing to win more games. It doesn't look like these kids are those kinds of kids, but do you have to remind them occasionally that, hey.
So, I mean, yes and no. These kids have done pretty much everything I've ever asked. I know a lot of them from basketball, and that's kind of where I coach JV basketball. So these kids have known me for a couple years, and I get some kids that haven't really normally played football that are out here, like Lauk, Braden Murphy, Reed Harris. Like I've got some kids out here that are willing to play for me because it was me. So I mean, I appreciate that, but like I told them from day one, like, hey, like we got the monkey off our back when we beat Peoria Heights. Like there's no more big looming. I'm like, we're fine, but like. I'm not happy with 1. I'm not happy with 2. And I told them, I said, boys, if you win this game tonight, granted it did not go our way, but I said you could very easily roll through Peoria Heights, go into Ridgewood, play a good, tough game. Not that I'm saying we're going to roll Peoria Heights, but you could roll into Peoria Heights with some momentum, play Peoria Heights tough, play Ridgewood tough. And I said, if you did it right, we could have finished 6-3. We could have won out. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way, so now we got to kind of pick it up. And obviously, and I told them, I said, boys, I don't know this, don't quote me on this, but I think it's been like 30 years since Galva by itself has made playoffs. I'm like, you could do something special this year.
And still 5-4 gets you there, right?
Yes, sir.
If you can win out.
Yep.
So you're week 6, at the end of week 6, and you still have a shot at the playoffs. It's been a long time since even they could say that, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
None of these kids have been able to say that.
Right. And I told them, I said, it's a different culture. It's a different thing. I'm expecting different things out of you. I want more. I'm never happy with just the bare minimum. I'm going to push you to be more. I'm going to want you to be more. I said, and for the most part, all year long, I push and push and push, and they just kind of give me a little pushback, and they just go out and do what I need them to do.
Well, Coach, I won't keep you any longer. I know you got a long ride. I appreciate you coming up and talking to us.
No problem. I appreciate it.
I am very impressed with what you guys have done this year. Kids look good.
I will pass it all on.
And you got some youngsters that are going to be good.
Oh,
You're not going anywhere. If you can get the thing turned around this year, you're not going anywhere.
I don't plan on it.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Coach Anderson talking to us for a few minutes. That'll do it here from West Central High School. Final score, 26-18. The Heat improved to 5-1. The Wildcats fall to 2-4, but still in the realm of a playoff possibility if they can win out. So for Holden Wirtz, for Kaylee, I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us here from West Central High School. We'll see you again next week on the Gridiron.